Hello, you guys. My name is Larry Pop Thomas, and I will be teaching you or discussing the most important things about photography. All right, first we're gonna talk about the ISO. When I first arrive on set or in a photo shoot, I try not to bother my ISO. I try to make that the last thing to bother. And most of the time you have to deal with it when you're outside. But try to make that the last thing to bother, to mess with. Try to make that the last thing you touch. So the ISO is the sensitivity of your camera sensor. The sensitivity of your camera sensor. So the higher the number, the more sensitive your camera will be to the light. Lower the number, the less sensitive your camera will be to the light. So if your number goes up, that means your subject will get brighter. That would be make it lighter, bring more light in. So try to keep that low as possible, because the higher your number is, the more noisy your subject will become. So we're going to talk about the shutter speed. The aperture. Let's go to aperture first. Talk about the aperture, which is the hole size. So the higher the number, the smaller the hole, less light. Lower the number, bigger the hole is, more light. So it's like opening a blind. You let more light in. Just think about opening the blind. When you close the blind, less light come in. So it's kind of flip flip flop. But once you, like I said, you get your camera and get the camera and play with it. Just know your camera, because that's what I did. I didn't know anything about the ISO. Well, I knew about the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture. I knew about that, but I really didn't know the definitions and all that stuff. That I just knew I had to bump this number up, bump this number down to get a great subject. So, but you really need to know this. So the aperture is the depth of field also. Higher number, less depth of field. Lower number, more depth of field. What is depth of field? What's in focus, man? What's in focus? So aperture and shutter speed kind of plays together. So the shutter speed is the amount of time your shutter is open. So if you have somebody moving, make sure your number goes up. So if you just have somebody standing still, or you're doing landscaping or something, your number goes down, and try to keep it low, because that brings it to bring that the subject into focus. So more movement, increase shutter speed. More movement, increase your shutter speed. And that really all what it boils down to: ISO, aperture, and shutter speed.